I was struck by the former rugby player Andrew Trimble recently saying in that BBC podcast that even though he's very relaxed about his identity, he's British, he's Irish, he's played rugby for Ireland, he felt a bit uncertain about even talking about it in that podcast. There is that instinctive caution about this topic. I think we're starting to move beyond that. I think we're starting to get to a point where, for a lot of people, they are happy to talk about this. And Brexit has pushed this to the front of people's minds, where you had this very large, a mostly soft nationalist population in Northern Ireland who felt comfortable. They felt they could be totally Irish. They could play GA. They could learn the Irish language. They could speak it. They could be educated in it. They could vote for any nationalist party. They could do anything they liked, basically, that people in the Republic could do, but still have the benefits practically in terms of money, in terms of NHS, in terms of other elements of being part of the UK, without feeling they were picking one side or the other. And Brexit obviously turned that on its head. I think that there is this possibility now that we get some sort of sane debate about this. John Burrows doing that debate on Talkback is quite interesting. I mean, he may well be the next leader of the Ulster Unionist Party. He's clearly staking out a slightly different territory here to his predecessors, to the other leaders of unionism. But I think that the biggest question for nationalism here is moving the debate beyond saying, let's talk about this, to actually being serious about it. At the minute, often when I hear people from a nationalist perspective talking about this, it's not serious. It's a really simplistic, childish approach to just, let's have a united Ireland. Fine. What's it going to be like? Let's talk about the detail of this. So the central element of that is, do you keep Northern Ireland? And a lot of people will not even realise that's a possibility. But I mean, right the way back to the foundation of partition, there was the possibility that the Northern Parliament could vote, obviously, to join the Free State as it was then. You would, at its core, have had two entities, potentially.
Yeah.
That was obviously then slightly changed in the next iteration of the Irish Constitution. We've got a different iteration now in the Good Friday Agreement. But if you do that, that is a different proposition to what most people in Northern Ireland think this involves. But we've no idea where any of the nationalist parties sit on this. Even the most basic elements, the most fundamental elements like that, they will not come off the fence on.